Welcome, seekers of knowledge, to a deep dive into the occult mysteries that permeate the sacred pages of the Bible. Today, we will explore a lesser-known chapter of the Scriptures, unveiling secrets that have escaped the notice of many but not of David, the ancient king of Israel. While many Bible readers focus on well-known stories, there is a wealth of hidden wisdom awaiting discovery. Get ready for a journey of surprising revelations about what David knew, and what many, until now, have not had the privilege of understanding. This is an invitation to unravel the occult teachings of the Bible through the eyes of a wise leader who profoundly grasped the coded messages that transcend time. Let's explore together this treasure trove of spiritual wisdom hidden within the lines of the sacred Scriptures. David's story is not just a source of inspiration, it's a narrative that sparks the deepest curiosity. It teaches us to be courageous and make a difference in the world when we trust in God, overcoming any challenge that comes our way. If you're seeking motivation, inspiration, or simply want to immerse yourself in a compelling tale, I invite you to keep reading until the end. During a visit to the camp to see his brothers, David comes face to face with Goliath, the formidable Philistine champion. The Philistine army is gearing up for battle near the valley of Elah, southwest of Jerusalem, close to Gath, where Saul and his army are camped. Tension hangs in the air, with the valley dividing the contenders. Goliath, a giant, challenges the armies of Israel for 40 days, casting Saul and all of Israel into consternation and fear, as mentioned in the book of Samuel. Goliath, with his imposing stature of approximately 3 meters, a 7-kilogram spear, and a 57-kilogram chest, proves to be a formidable adversary. Even Saul, the leader of Israel, feels fear before this giant. When David, carrying supplies to his brothers on the front lines, hears Goliath's provocations and senses the fear in the faces of the Hebrew soldiers, the plot thickens. Despite initial mistrust due to his youth, David, with courage and determination, approaches those around him, inquiring about the reward that would be given to the man who could defeat this Philistine and remove the disgrace from Israel. Although David's brothers accuse him of arrogance and laziness, insinuating that he is there just to witness the battle, and even King Saul doubts his ability due to his youth, David proves that courage is not always measured by age. His words and actions defy expectations, marking the beginning of a narrative that goes beyond the surface, revealing profound lessons of courage and determination. The news about David reached Saul's ears, who immediately summoned him. David, with bravery, assured Saul that he was not afraid to face any man, even the imposing Goliath. Convinced that his courage would not be overshadowed by the Philistine giant, David declared that he would go out and fight against him. Despite Saul's doubts about David's capabilities, he eventually accepted the proposal to confront Goliath. However, David's victory did not earn him the expected respect. Goliath, the source of the problem, despised David when he saw him, ridiculing him for his youth and pleasant appearance. Despite being scorned, David did not back down. He faced Saul, his own brother, and the defiant Goliath. Although none of the three showed great confidence in him, David persevered. Why did he do it? Perhaps because he knew that God was on his side, or maybe because he understood that he was the only one capable of defeating Goliath. It could simply be because David was unwilling to give up, ignoring the contempt of others. This story reminds us of the importance of moving forward despite circumstances and not allowing the contempt of others to hinder our goals. David, despite being young and seemingly less experienced, trusted in the living God and challenged those who doubted him. Like him, we are sometimes intimidated by our own giants, but courage and confidence can take us beyond our doubts and fears. David cared deeply about the honor of God and the reputation of Israel. He viewed the battle through a spiritual lens rather than a material one. How did he manage to defeat Goliath with a simple stone from his sling and a shepherd's staff? Can you imagine the deep, booming voice of Goliath echoing through the high hills surrounding the valley? The terrifying sound of Goliath's voice struck fear into the heart of every Israelite soldier, and perhaps even some Philistines. Yet, David's response, with his adolescent and possibly trembling voice, defied expectations. How did he face the Philistine mockery and the horror of the Israelites? David proclaimed his courage not with conventional weapons, but in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. David demonstrated a courage that transcended the physical, as his faith in God assured him that the Lord was in control. How did this episode elevate David to fame? His motivation wasn't personal gain but rather to honor and glorify the Lord. His courage emanated from his faith, and his ultimate goal was to spread the message of the divine presence in Israel. But how could David, being brave, remain humble? His courage was not about seeking personal recognition but acknowledging the presence of the Lord amid the conflict. He acted with the intention of spreading the truth that there was a divine presence in Israel that everyone should recognize. David's humility was evident in his understanding that it wouldn't be him delivering Goliath into his hands, but the Lord. Trustworthy and loyal, David believed that the Lord would be with him again. His story serves as a reminder that with faith, courage, and humility, we can overcome any obstacle, trusting in divine assistance to achieve victory. The courage of Valiant grew as the intricate plot of this story unfolded. At first, he pulsated with nervousness at the impending confrontation with Goliath. However, as the moment of battle drew near, his confidence soared. With the certainty that the Lord was by his side, he immersed himself in the conviction that victory was destined to be his. David's story captivates us all, revealing that courage can emerge even in the midst of fear, that we can trust the Lord even when we don't fully understand the events. It also teaches us the importance of faithfulness in difficult times. In his preparation, David was unaware that he was being forged to challenge a giant while tending sheep and facing lions and bears. In our own preparations, we encounter similar challenges. But David found comfort in the fact that the Lord had always provided for him and would continue to do so. In tempting situations to flee, David stood firm, even in the face of a giant who nearly doubled his size and was an experienced warrior. David's story urges us to oppose evil and wickedness, even when the temptation to flee is strong. The crucial moment came when David, seemingly unarmed, faced Goliath. Surpassing all expectations, he struck the giant on the forehead with a simple stone from his sling. The stone pierced Goliath's forehead, and the seemingly impossible victory materialized. This epic showdown was a miracle and a testament to divine power, as well as David's unwavering faith. It not only inspired the people of Israel, instilling hope and demonstrating that God was with them, but also left us an eternal lesson: with a sling and a stone, we can overcome even the most formidable challenges. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to face challenges with courage, even when everyone around you chooses to flee? Courage goes beyond the absence of fear, it involves standing firm when others tremble, speaking up when silence reigns out of fear, and acting when many are paralyzed. On life's journey, Christians encounter challenges that test their faith, moments when fear threatens to silence their response to the gospel. Trusting in God not only means finding comfort but also discovering the courage needed to overcome those moments. In the midst of fear, faith connects us with a God who works miracles through those who trust in Him. Being a Christian involves more than just believing. It requires courage to face adversities with the certainty that God is with us, guiding our lives with loving hands. Exploring Paul's teachings to Timothy, we find that courage is an essential element in the Christian life. Paul encourages Timothy to be sober, to patiently endure afflictions, and to fulfill his ministry even in the face of challenges. Courage is manifested in fighting the good fight of faith and taking hold of eternal life for which we have been called. Christian life is not a path devoid of difficulties. There will be persecutions, temptations, and moments of weakness. However, trusting in God grants us the courage needed to face any challenge. In a time when truth is often elusive, the courage to embrace and live it becomes a fundamental choice. Are you ready to discover the courage that God can grant you to face the challenges of the Christian life? If you are enjoying this content and want to continue receiving more biblical explanations, subscribe to the channel now and activate the notification bell. Don't forget to leave your like so that YouTube recommends all the videos for you. Unraveling a message of courage in a world that prefers to soften realities and evade the truth is like deciphering a vital mystery in our times. We live in an era where auditory comfort is voraciously sought, where people crave sweet melodies that caress their ears, avoiding at all costs confronting their own sins or the urgent need for change. However, in this labyrinth of complacency, a call to courage emerges, an invitation to defy the spirit of the age. Facing reality, speaking the truth, even if it entails rejection, becomes an act of resistance. It is necessary to live according to divine principles, even when the path becomes difficult and persecution looms. Do not be seduced by the spirit of these times, do not let fear paralyze you. Be sober, be faithful, and cling to the certainty that, in every challenge, God is with you. Beyond the words that Paul addressed to Timothy, this message about courage stands as crucial in our era. We are immersed in a time where the truth is often ignored, where preference lies in what is pleasing to the ears. The story of David, a shining beacon of courage and faith in the midst of a world steeped in fear and doubts, serves as our guide. His courage resonated in the hearts of those around him, becoming a hero who transcended borders and gave hope to the desperate. David's courage, narrated like a spreading wildfire, becomes a living symbol that, with faith and trust in the divine, we can face any adversity. In the dark crossroads of adversity, David's name resonated, reaching even the ears of King Saul himself, who summoned him to his side. David, more than a brave leader in battles, became an invaluable advisor to the monarch. His prominence grew, but amidst greatness, David maintained deep-rooted humility, always remembering his roots and acknowledging that his true strength came from the Almighty. On the fascinating journey to greatness, David faced challenges and enemies without ever losing his humility. His life, full of ups and downs, was marked by unwavering trust in God. In dark moments, he found solace in the certainty that he was guided and protected by divinity. Over time, David ascended to the throne of Israel, becoming a beloved and respected leader among his people. Despite his mistakes and weaknesses, David constantly sought God's will, striving to live a life that honored the Lord. His story became a timeless legacy of courage, faith, and determination. Generation after generation, people recounted the epic tale of how a young shepherd transformed into a brave and pious king. David's life stood as a beacon of hope for those facing challenges, reminding us that even in the midst of adversity, courage and faith in God can pave the way to victory. David's story teaches us that, no matter how imposing the giant we face, with God by our side, we are more than conquerors. Over the years, David's reign flourished, and the kingdom of Israel prospered under his wise leadership. Despite challenges and internal struggles, David proved to be an exceptional leader, leaving a lasting legacy of courage and devotion. Guiding his people with a captivating blend of courage and compassion, David always cherished the lessons of his youth, especially the crucial importance of placing his trust in God at every twist and turn of life. Surrounded by wise advisors and valiant warriors who shared his devotion to the Lord, David and his team tirelessly worked to strengthen the kingdom and safeguard their people. Under his leadership, Israel flourished into a prosperous and respected nation, transforming David's story into a captivating symbol of hope and determination for the entire populace. As time passed, his heart filled with gratitude for the divine blessings he had received over the years, recalling with admiration the bravery that led him to overcome Goliath and how that same courage guided him to face each challenge with unwavering faith. Despite his own imperfections and mistakes, such as the dark shadow of his relationship with Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah, David once again demonstrated his courage by confronting his sins and seeking divine forgiveness with a contrite heart. His life, marked by dark moments, became a touching testament to courage, faith, and humility. A crucial moment in David's life arrived when he had to pass the throne to his son Solomon. Although his heart longed to continue leading, he trusted in the divine plan for his nation, believing that Solomon would be guided by the hand of God. Thus, David left behind a lasting legacy of courage, faith, and humility for future generations. The story of David continues to resonate in the hearts of his people long after his departure, woven into the tapestry of time as an inspiring narrative of bravery and redemption. Generations have shared the story of David as an epic tale of courage, trust in God, and redemption. This humble shepherd who ascended to the throne became a timeless narrative of overcoming challenges and perseverance. David's story still resonates today, serving as a source of inspiration in every challenge we face. In moments of fear and doubt, we can recall David's bravery and draw strength from his legacy. His story reveals that with faith, courage, and humility, we can overcome any obstacle, trusting that God is always by our side every step of the way. Over the years, the legend of David has grown, spreading to distant lands and captivating the hearts of entire generations. His epic rise from a humble shepherd to the greatest of kings has inspired the young to pursue their dreams and face giants with courage and faith. Songs of troubadours and tales from the elders have conveyed the story of this shepherd-turned-leader, reminding us that with God, anyone can achieve greatness. David's courageous feats in battle and his wisdom as a leader have echoed through the years, while his psalms full of devotion have become sacred chants for those seeking solace and hope in difficult times. David's legacy of courage and faith has become a precious treasure, passed down from parents to children. Even in the present era, David's figure remains a beacon of inspiration for millions worldwide. His story reminds us that we all face challenges and adversities, but it is our courage and trust in God that enable us to overcome trials. David's narrative is an eternal source of teachings about the importance of faith and determination in our life journey. True greatness resides in the heart and in the ability to trust in the divine. Even in the darkest moments, David's lessons of courage and humility live on in our hearts, reminding us that each of us has the ability to overcome obstacles and reach new heights when we trust in God's guidance and believe in ourselves. The story of David, the young shepherd turned king, remains an eternal testament that even amid struggles, faith and determination will lead us to victory. They illuminate our path in darkness and guide us toward the greatness that lies within each of us. What other secrets await in that story, ready to inspire us on our own journey? Did you like this biblical explanation and want to continue learning more about the Bible and its mysteries? Continue watching the videos recommended here on the following channel and delve even deeper into the Word of God. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. See you soon.